Think about this. You have a $250 million quarterback that loves to throw the ball.
But your $250 million quarterback also has a strong enough arm.
Before we get a player's perspective into weather, I want to take a look at this excellent article that discusses weather conditions and betting odds, and also just the overall statistics of a game and what happens. How does weather actually affect a football game? And there has been studies done that show research-wise that it significantly impacts the game. You can see here that wind really impacts it the most. The wind hits passing production more significantly than passing efficiency, but overall we should expect scoring as a whole to decrease as wind speeds increase. Precipitation has an effect on the game, and I think this is really what gets people confused as to how weather and precipitation affects the game, because it's hard to judge whether the precipitation happened all throughout the game, if it was sporadic, if it was light rain, heavy rain, how much did it rain, was it a grass field, turf field? There are a lot of extra elements. That said, nevertheless, the presence of rain decreases passing production by around 12%. And good thing the Buffalo Bills moved their game to Detroit, because heavy snow reduces the passing attack by 25%. Field goal kicking is a little skewed too as well, because not a lot of field goals are attempted very long. They're shorter, and therefore it's a higher percent completed kicks in the rain and these windier conditions. Teams aren't risking it with a kicker in bad conditions. This says snow, on the other hand, has a much more significant effect, dropping 7% from their norm. And this year we saw it against the Miami Dolphins. Temperature-wise, it affected the Buffalo Bills, but also how does the cold affect the game? It says temperature is relatively straightforward. There are typically no significant deviations in performance when looking at temperature ranges of 55 through 85 degrees, which is generally considered ideal for this weather condition. But passing production dips 5% when going below 55 degrees. So between 25 through 55 degrees, passing production dips 5%. Therefore, this Sunday against the Jets, it was not only between 25 through 55 degrees, it was windy and it rained all game long. Heavy rain all game long. So you could basically add 17% dip off the passing production just because of weather. Sum up all the research done. These are the takeaways. Wind between 10 and 15 has a light effect. Gusts of 20 miles per hour plus have a moderate effect. Rain of any sorts is moderate. Light snow, there's no effect. Heavy snow, there's a big time heavy effect. Cold temperatures, 22 through 55 degrees, there is a light effect. Extreme cold, under 25 degrees, there is a moderate effect. Extreme heat above 85 degrees, there is a moderate effect. Let's get back to that podcast and listen from a player's perspective how it was like playing in that rain against the Jets.
Is there something to just earning a gritty win when the weather is what it was the other day, and it's windy, it's sloppy, it's the wintry mix? Is there something to that kind of win? Because
to be honest, yeah and no. I mean, we could have played better, but the conditions are like, hey, we throw the ball a ton. You know what I'm saying? We rarely run the ball. So for us, throwing the ball, it was a little different, a little difficult for Josh. And he was saying that, but like, nobody cares. So he just want to win, right? So we just went out there and won the game the best way we could.
Can you get to that point in Orchard Park, New York? I feel like that's the big debate. That this is, a fast track offense that likes to play in a dome, probably. If it was your choice, would you put a dome over that stadium?
Yeah. If I was the Pagulas, I would. Think about this. You have a $250 million quarterback that loves to throw the ball.
But your $250 million quarterback also has a strong enough arm to cut it through the wind, to cut it through the conditions.
Yeah.
When can Tua just walk into a lake effect storm and wind? We're going to find out Saturday.
True. I get it. It is an advantage, and I'm fine with it. I'm saying? No matter, whatever people say, I'm fine with playing outside. I don't care. But it's just like when things like this happen, like it rained, snow rained the whole game, and we throw the ball, and yes, Josh can cut it in the wind, but the wind takes the ball. or it slips off his hand, and then we got to worry about catching the ball from this gunslinger. So, so it's just like, you know, I don't know. It's just a little. You got to focus a little more, which you can't focus on. The main thing is that's just like playing football.
As Bills fans, our expectations are so high for this team, and I believe we're going to win the Super Bowl this year. But as the weather gets worse, as the seasons progress, you know, we can't expect as much from our offense, you know. And I think that's what makes football so great. It makes these teams so much closer. And then you look at the previous past 2 years, all the players being out, having to miss time, right? And now this year, no one having to miss time. And it's just so much closer this year. I'm not saying the Bills are playing their best offensive football right now, and I know there's still huge improvements for this offense, but considering what we have done against a great defense in the Jets and a great defense in the New England Patriots, I think it is pretty special, especially in sloppy conditions. Trey White going out there in front of Bills Mafia in that rain-snow mix all game long that McKenzie spoke about, and being able to trust his ACL on that turf was huge. You know, this video might spark the debate of whether we should get a dome or not a dome here in Buffalo. And man, listening to McKenzie and just listening to what all free agent, probably NFL players want, I don't know. I know us as fans, we're the elements, it represents us. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, hit like and subscribe for future content. Go Bills. Peace.